Hello, hi, it is Pete Reid again from Illuminate ICT, and what I want to do today is to have a quick play with WeVideo. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at grabbing photos so that we can actually get the photos we're going to use in our video, get some music so we can add some background music, install WeVideo so we've actually got it ready for use, and then we'll think about adding voiceovers and various other ways of having some fun. So the first thing to talk about though really is copyright, because obviously if somebody has actually spent time and money creating videos and music and all of those other wonderful things, then what they don't want is somebody else sort of stealing their work and claiming it as their own. So on the whole, what you should make sure is that you have permission from the owner of the picture, piece of music, video clip, or whatever that you want to use in your video. Of course, there are free bits about, and we can have a look at some of those as we're working. So for example, in photos and images, using your own photos is usually okay. Now I say usually okay because obviously if you've gone round, I don't know, the Albert Museum, or you've gone round various other art galleries or whatever, then you may find that even taking a photograph inside of those places is restricted. And if you can't take a photograph inside of the place, then you do not own the copyright to that photograph. You can't use it. Advanced image search on Google or Bing can help you find free images. And indeed, we have done a video before about how to use advanced search on Google or Bing. And if I remember, and I will make a note, I will put a link to that inside the video so that we can go and find it. Also, you can create your own in Google Slides. So for example, this image here, this slide that I'm currently working on, if I put my cursor onto it and then look at this, if I go to File, and then what I'm looking for is Export or Save As. There we go, Download As. I could download this as a JPEG file. So then I could actually use that as a JPEG inside of my video show. And again, next one down, we've then got to think about video clips. Well, again, you can take your own with a mobile phone or with a tablet. Now, it's worth experimenting before you get too carried away, because there's a lot of times when I've seen people taking mobile footage on their phone and then find that when they want to import it, that it's all on the side. And then they're going to try and search for free utilities to swap it so that it's actually in the correct format. Again, you can use a webcam. So for example, in the top of this computer I'm using now, I've got a webcam in my laptop, and I could be talking directly to the camera in that case. Of course, I could turn it on and I could dance for you. There is very little chance that that would be something that anybody would want to watch, so we'll just leave it at that. And then of course you can use screen capture software to walk through a screen, and it's screen capture software that I'm playing with now as we're working. So there we go, that's our introduction. We've now got, oh sorry, I forgot the music. Who could forget the music? Yeah, in music you can actually go and search for free music. Now http://freemusicarchive.org is a great source for free music. Now they do like you to accredit your source of where you've got their music from. So again, I've done that and we've mentioned it. You can record your own voice, or indeed if you're at all musical, you could play a tune, you could sing, you could search for all sorts of bits and pieces. If you want free, some free wave sound effects such as explosions, applause, or indeed just a toilet flushing, then again you can search for free wave sound effects, and again they will usually pop up and give you some guidance as to how to use them. Okay, so we're all ready. So what we want to do now is to move across and start looking at how we can create WeVideo videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've moved into Google. I'm going to go up onto the 9-pack. I'm going to choose Google Drive. Okay, so here I am ready to start work. I'm in Google. As you can see, I'm signed in because it's got my plus PJ there at the top. And I'm going to click onto the 9-pack and come down onto Google Drive. Now in Google Drive, what it's got here is where I can click onto New, and then I can go on to More, And here I can see WeVideo editor. Now if I can't see the WeVideo video editor, if I click on connect more apps, then by clicking onto here into search apps, I could search for WeVideo, and there it is, and I could click on to connect if I wasn't already connected, or I am already connected, so that's fine. So again, I just got a new, more, and WeVideo video editor. Now it might take a few seconds to load, so I'll just pause. And here I am ready to go. I'm going to click on new project, create my new project. I'm going to call my new project pigs, and then create. And there we go, my new pigs project is all ready, so I can now click on create a new video. Now what I've done is I've taken the steps of uploading some bits and pieces first before we start, so it's now just loading this up. So I've uploaded some images already into my account, so I should be able to get started straight away. So here's the editor, and here I've got some pictures. Now here, what I've got here is the ability to upload, or indeed I could record direct from my screen cam if I wanted to. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up this image first of all, and I'm just going to move it down onto the main area. So there's the main area, and I'm just going to drop it into that place, and there we can preview what's actually happening. Now above the image that I've dropped in, I can see there's a little pencil. And if I click onto the pencil, then that would allow me to edit this image. So here I can say fit to screen or fit to frame, so that's fine. I could also click on here to make an image smaller or to make it larger. I'm just going to turn that back to 1. And then when I've done editing, I can click on done editing, and that's in place. Now what I can also do, as you can see, that's going to last about 5 seconds. Well, I want that to last a little bit longer than that. So I'm going to move it up to just about 7.04 seconds. So I've got that image in place. The next thing I want to do is I want to bring in another image. So down here, I've got an image here that I want to use. So I'm going to bring in the image here of these pigs. Now I brought the image of the 3 pigs in there, so I'm just going to extend that a little bit so it's on there for a little while. And then I'm going to bring down the image of Mummy Pig so that she makes an appearance onto the screen as well, and so that she's actually going to have a little bit to say at that point. So we'll bring her, give her a little bit more space in which to speak. And then what we're going to do is have the little pigs all wandering off. So we've got the first little pig, and the first little pig is here, and I'm just going to drop him into place down here. He's a stroppy little pig, this one. There we go. So the pig is in place there. And then after the first little pig, well, the first little pig built a house of wood. So there's my wooden house. It goes after the first little pig. And of course, once we've actually got our house of wood, who makes an appearance but the big bad wolf? So the big bad wolf is going to have to make an appearance. There he is. Let's move him down a little bit. There he goes. And then we want the second little pig. And there's the second little pig. Well, that's Mummy Pig, that one. Is it? No, that's the second little pig. So there's the second little pig. And the second little pig makes an appearance. And he wants to build a house of straw. So I'm looking for a straw house. There we go, there's a straw house. And after the second little pig, we then get, of course, the big bad wolf. So the big bad wolf wants to come on here again. And as you can see, I'm slowly building up this story just by adding in the various little pictures. The third little pig, here's the third little pig, and the third little pig is going to come in and he's going to build his house of bricks. So I now need my brick house, and I'm going to pull that one across here. I need to pull that timeline across a little bit so I can see what's going on. Can't seem to get across there, but never mind. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a moment. And then finally what I want to do is let's just have a quick play and see how that's building up. So I can come back to the beginning, click on the play button, and there we've got the introduction. We've then got the three little pigs. Yep, so that seems to be working fine at the moment. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm just going to enlarge my screen a little bit so I can actually see to the edge of the screen and move this across so we can get it inside the window. So the third little pig makes an appearance before the brick house. Yeah, and now if I scroll across a little bit more, we can actually get to the brick house as well. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to build to the finale. So the finale is the picture of the bricks. Whoop. And then move across a bit more. And then we get the final bit, which is Mummy Pig and the third little pig. Oops, there after the bricks. And what I want now is the end of the story. So I'm going to upload a new image, and the image I'm going to upload, if I browse, is the image of the two little pigs, the mummy pig and the third little pig. I can click on to upload, who are working with the big bad wolf in promoting bricks as a building resource. So there we go, that's that in place. So all I need to do now is to find that image of the pigs with the wolf, and I can drag that into place. Okay, so my video is now nicely taking shape, and what I can do now is let's go back and actually play about with some of these images. So if I click onto these images, I can see how they will actually look on the screen. Now that's the pig here, so if I click onto the little pencil, then I could edit that pig. So perhaps I want to make the pig just a little bit smaller, and then click on done editing. There's the house of sticks. So there's the house, and I would want to play about that a little bit. So I'm going to click on the pencil, and again I'm just going to enlarge that a little bit and then move it up and then done editing. So as you can see, I can go through and play with these things in all manner of ways. The next thing I'm going to do is to add the narrative behind the story. So there we go, we're right at the beginning, and here I've got audio 1. So if I move that in from the side again, here I've got audio 1, and there I've got a little microphone, and if I click onto that, what that is saying is, do I want to preview while recording? Yes, I do. And then if I click onto the actual microphone here, it's now going to ask me to allow the speakers to connect, and then close. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the story of the 3 little pigs. There were 3 little pigs, Mummy Pig and 3 little ones. Now Mummy Pig said, "Oi you lot, it's time you buggered off. Scarper, move on, go away, get out." The first little pig decided he would build himself a house of sticks. There it is, there's his house of sticks, but who came along but the big bad wolf? And the big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew his house down. Now the second little pig was eco-friendly, so he decided he'd build his out of straw. A greatly underutilised resource, fantastic thermal properties and cheap as chips. Along came the wolf and blew his house down. Third little pig was a bit of a scheming bugger, and what he did was he built his house out of bricks. Nice house, eh? And having built his house out of bricks, we then find out that those bricks are actually manufactured by the brick company, owned by a certain Mrs. Pig and one of her siblings. And of course, the third confederate in this is the big bad wolf. The end. Okay, so we've now recorded a very quick sketch of that story. I click the tick to save that, and it's now saving the recording to the server. And so while that's actually going through, we can see here where it's pink at the moment, there's no speech marks in there. And there we've actually got our video ready to work now. So finally, once that's processed, I shall be able to click onto here and watch the video. Welcome to the story of the 3 little pigs. There were 3 little pigs, Mummy Pig and 3 little ones. Now Mummy Pig said, "Oi you lot, it's time you buggered off. Scarper, move on, go away, get out." The first little pig decided he would build himself a house of sticks. There it is, there's his house of sticks, but who came along but the big bad wolf? And the big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew his house down. Now the second little pig was eco-friendly, so he decided he'd build his out of straw. A greatly underutilised resource, fantastic thermal properties and cheap as chips. Along came the wolf and blew his house down. Third little pig was a bit of a scheming bugger, and what he did was he built his house out of bricks. Nice house, eh? And having built his house out of bricks, we then find out that those bricks are actually manufactured by the brick company, owned by a certain Mrs. Pig and one of her siblings. And of course, the third confederate in this is the big bad wolf. The end. Okay, so there we've got our story all working together, and because I want to add in some text at the end, I'm just going to click onto here, drag this down onto my my bar right at the end here. There we go. I'm just going to shrink that back a little bit so it fits within the realms of the story. Seems to have moved the entire window. But if I double click on here, I can now type in across this side the information that I actually want to appear. So I'm going to put the 3 little pigs. Oops, I can't type. Pete Reed. Okay, now again I'm highlighting all of that text because I'd quite like that to be bold. I'd quite like that to be, should we make that a bit bigger? So 36 points, and done editing. Okay, so there is our story all ready for publishing. To publish, I click on to publish, give it a title, 3 pigs, set that as a title, and then I'm going to publish the video at 480 pixels. Notice that it's free at this point. There are premium and professional accounts available, but we're just going for the free one, so I'm just going to publish that video and away it goes. So we'll leave that publishing. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I hope you find it useful. Don't forget to read the blog. Talk to you later. Cheers. Bye.